thank you very much for 1 million views, and hopefully, touch wood, we'll get to 10,000 subscribers by Christmas. We'll just turn the boiler fix off, pop a cap on here, that's assuming the boiler fix will turn off. Basically there's too much water in that header. It's not the best solve really, but it's going to do. He's taking over! Yeah, Dave's gone! The rod's the new man behind the camera! Whip that one off. Here's the new one. It's always a milestone on a job when you can finally get to park the van right outside where you're working.
And none of the valves fucking work.
They never do they? You don't want to touch it. No,
just under the system.
Don't touch it.
I did.
Oh, right, morning, welcome back to the channel. It's first thing Monday morning, just gone 7 o'clock Monday morning, and as a lot of people who follow the channel will know, today is the start of my 21-day nutrition detox, healthy eating thing that I'm doing. So basically here's everything we've got. So we've got shake, there's two of them because me and my missus are doing it at the same time. So there's shakes for the second week, pills, sachets, powders that we've got to have, and a list of what we've got. That's week 1. So we've got all that. I've had some water. We can only drink water and smoothies, no caffeine, no pop or anything like that. And we've got breakfast here, and I've got, this is where the old velocity van bag comes into its own a little bit, because it comes with, if I can open it, cracking little call box. So I've filled that up with lunch, stuff like that, tablet I've got to take, a capsule thing I've got to take at lunchtime, etc, etc. So yeah, so we're all set for the day. So we'll get all this sorted this morning and then get in the van and get off to the first job. So I'm looking forward to getting started with it and getting into it. Something I need to do, as I've already said on the channel. Right, so today we're going to, if you're into your car scene, there's a company called Revo. They do like remapping, exhausts, you know, performance modifications, all that sort of stuff. So we've got to head over there. A mate of mine works there. We've got to head over there and sort some little bits out. The toilets are playing up. I think they want a sink removing or something like that. So we've got to go over there. Then we've got to pop and change a shower valve, or there's a problem with the shower valve in a mate of mine's rental property. So we've got to go and sort that out. But let's go, first off, let's go to plumbase, get some bits for the day and go from there. Right, and also before I go, I just want to say thank you to each and every single one of you who like, subscribe, comment to the channel. We hit 1 million views last week, which is just mind-blowing really when I think about it, for a channel that I set up on a whim, and you know, it's going really well, really well. So thank you every single person. And if you don't subscribe, it tells you, how algorithms tell you, half of the people that watch my channel subscribe, half don't. So if you haven't subscribed, all it takes is to just hit that button. Helps me out making more content, and it helps you by me giving you a lot more content, this, that and the other. So if you haven't, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and we'll go from there. But yeah, thank you very much for 1 million views, and hopefully, touch wood, we'll get to 10,000 subscribers by Christmas, which is my aim really. I'd love to be able to hit that number. So if you can help in any way to that, hit that button. Right, let's get on with it. Right, so I just got to this job at Revo Performance. There's a urinal overflowing, so we'll look at that, and they just need a basin capping off. So I've got, obviously because it's a factory, you've got where the IV is, but try and get the IVs to match the branding. It's all about the branding, you see. So we'll go in now and get loaded out for it. Right, so drinking water. It's a drinking water fountain. They want capping off, they want it taken out of the way. So luckily, we'll just turn the boiler fix off, pop a cap on here, that's assuming the boiler fix will turn off, pop a cap on there, and then the same with this. We'll just cut this waste, put a coupler on with a bung in the end of it, a cap in the end of it, just because with the industrial units I'm always conscious that if ever they want anything putting back in, we can just reconnect it here, put this back in, reconnect that, and they can use it again. So we'll get that shut off, get it capped off, and get this out. Just pop a bit of paste in the cap, and then pop it on there. So as I said, we'll just leave the ball fix off and pop a cap on it, just in case they ever want to use it again. Right, so that's that out. As I said, little coupler on there, little cap end, just in case they ever want to connect back onto it. So that's that sorted. Right, so for these urinals, I was told there was a leak on it, or a blockage on it. So I've just run some water through. There's 0 leaks on the bottom, 0 leaks on the bottom of there. So what I'll do is just make sure everything's tight. Just tighten everything up. Right, so what we've got is water holding in both of these. So I'm going to cut this waste pipe there, take this off, just clean all this lot out, but I think it's further down in the pipe work that way. Right, so the problem we're having is when this flushes, it fills both of these up at the same time, fills up above the rim and it's overflowing off the top. Initially it can be sort of not pulling in enough air, but I've isolated that one, filled that one up with the bowl, and that one again, when you're pouring it down, it just takes forever to run down. So what I'm going to do is take this waste pipe off the bottom, cut it here, and sort of rod that way if I can. I'll see, because I think there's a blockage that way, but we'll inspect this waste pipe as well. Because we've got that rodding on the end of there, I just took it off, looked down it, that pipe's clear, so we know we're all right with that. It is just this way that I think is the problem, as you can probably see. So I mean, look at that. So we will send the rod in. Oh yeah, I can feel it, it's solid. Right, so a little bit baffling this one. So we've all the waste pipe's completely clear now. We've completely cleared that out. I thought by adding that on, it may stop them filling up too much and overflowing. Basically, there's too much water in that header. So the only thing I can think of now, I'm sure someone's got a dead simple explanation to this, but what I'm going to do is cut 2 baller fixes into here. I've seen this done before, so I didn't want to do it, but it's the only feasible way I think around it. Is cut a baller fix in here, isolation valve in here, isolation valve in here, so we can throttle down the amount of water that's going into each urinal. So we'll grab a couple of them and pop them on. It's not the best solve really, but it's going to do. So I've popped that one out, so what we'll do, we'll just cut a baller fix in line, and it means we can throttle down the amount of water that's going to each of the urinals. I say it's not a perfect fix, but it will get them up and running. I just think that's dumping too much water into just 2 urinals. So it's the only way around it for me for now to get it up and running. You know, I say someone might know a better idea, but that's clear. It's not an air issue. So that's the way I'm going to solve it. Right, so that's them 2 cut in. Just filling it up now, so we shall see. I've throttled them down, took them about halfway at the moment. Like so, and we'll see if it's worked. I think it will do, because That's the only issue it can be, is it's just putting too much water through for the actual urinal to take. Right, so that little hack's worked a treat. Some people might go, oh, you should have done this, this and this, but for me, that was the best way of sorting this little issue out. Just put those two little isolation valves, so they're on probably quarter turn now. So when this lets the water through, obviously comes down there, shoots either side to the urinals. Before it was filling the urinal right up, coming over the edge and flooding in here. So we tried, I thought it might be an air problem, we tried that, we cleared the pipe work so it's completely clear. So the last ditch attempt was to put these on, and it's worked a treat. I've seen this done before, you know, when something just sort of sits at the back of your mind and you think, oh yeah, I could try that. So done that, works a treat. Everyone's happy. Right, that's that all sorted then. So that's a perfect example of sort of thinking on the job. What can you do to solve the problem in hand? Made sure all the wastes were clean, clear, flushed through, they were fine. Even tried putting the air thing in, as I showed you, with a bit of overflow just to test it. Thought that would do it. I thought it was just because they were both running at the same time, you know, the air braking, it wasn't allowing one to suck the other one through, if you know what I mean. That didn't solve it, so the only other way around it was by putting them two isolation valves in there just to throttle the flow down. And I've told the lads in there, you know, if it becomes a problem, they start filling up, just throttle them down a little bit. It's the only thing you could do with that without replacing the tank on the top for a smaller tank that wasn't going to overwhelm them urinals. But that's that sorted. Right, we better head back over to Kenilworth now. I think I've got to get hold of the estate agents and find out whether I can get access to this house to change the mixer valve on the shower. So I've just pulled up at Plumbase and I've noticed this van over here. Now this van belongs to a plumber that I've known for years and years and years. If you know him locally, he's known as the Rod. Let's pop in and see him. You listen to this when he sees me. Is this a new counter hand we've got here?
Hello.
Hello,
How are
mate.
you, mate?
Here he is, look. He's taken over. Dave's gone. The Rod's the new man behind the counter.
Don't be sacked.
Hello, mate. You
Good,
alright?
mate. How are you?
Alright, mate,
Good
sir.
man. I just pulled up and thought, right, I better get the camera out. The
Reckon
Rod's
Rod's
here.
here.
I said to him, I said I'm going to get him a cameo on there. So Ben, who does a lot of my gas work, servicing boilers and that for me,
Of course, yeah.
Rod's his old man. So everything Ben knows has got off this guy.
Yeah, and Rod's trying to sort out some basin taps and bath taps, which is a nightmare, that are built in the wall.
As long as they ain't Bristan taps.
Yeah.
So been called out to this student accommodation. This shower valve's playing up. It's sporadically letting hot through, then it's cold for ages, then hot, cold. So what the landlord said to me is just basically swap that whole mixer, because they're dead easy to swap, they're dead quick to swap. So I've turned the water off. I think there's about 8 different rooms in this student accommodation, so I've got to be quite quick about it. So turn the water off, drained it all down, we've opened this up. So we're literally we've got the replacement one here. Undo these 2 nuts, whip that one off, put the new one on, tighten it up, and away we go. It's fairly straightforward as long as everything goes all right. So there we go, we've whipped that one off. Here's the new one. So I put the 2 new washers, there you go, 2 new washers into there and bolt it back onto the wall. So there we go, this one's on. I always just tighten them up slowly, couple of turns each side, just so it's tightening up equally onto the brackets. So a couple of turns each way, and then you feel it tighten it up. There we go. So just nip them up. These don't need massively tightening up because obviously they've got the rubber washers in. So just nip them up. Right, so reconnect the hose on the bottom. Like that. And we'll go and turn the water back on. Right, we're going to turn the water back on now. Turn that off. Get the water back on. There we go. New shower valve on. Working. Spot on. Another fairly straightforward, simple job, but these are all the sort of jobs that get the money in. Nice little earners, these. So I've just popped back to Grant's house, who on a previous video I put the link up here. I always get confused which side it is, where he's got the sunken bath. So we're starting that in about 2 weeks time, but I've just had to swing back round there now just to go through a few little bits with him to see if his tiles work with what he wants to do, and just measure the units, because he was going out and finding the units. Now he's sort of found what units they want. I'm just going to come to plumbase, see if Dave can match up what they want with the sinks and the black screen, the shower screen with they want a little black bit down the corner of it. So we're going to pop in now, see if we can get that to work and push things forward, just ready for that. So, you know, we're 2 weeks before starting that, and we're already, you know, sort of getting stuff in and making sure stuff's going to be in and delivered on time. I've got to order the skip ready to be dropped off the morning we start there. So that's what people don't see a lot of the time, is they think you turn up that day and it's done, you know, everything's ready to go, but it's the to-in and throw-in behind the scenes sort of thing that a lot of people don't realise. So we're swinging out and see what A, what Dave's up to, and B, you know, what you can get. You've been in here since I left last time?
Yeah, I have, yeah. And they still haven't got anything.
They never have anything here.
Hey, guess what?
What?
That toilet. Peter piss.
Was it?
Not even the close couple pan.
Fucking hell.
Get in there.
That's how your week's going to pan out. Everything's going to be fine.
No, it ain't.
So did you have to take the top off? Unbolt?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Just swapped it straight over?
Swapped it.
It's the dream job, isn't it?
Fucking dream. So it's one of them jobs, because I've been there before, whether it's all tank fed, because it's well fed,
Yeah.
and none of the valves fucking work.
They never do they?
And there
You
was
don't
a
want to
gate
touch
valve
it.
under,
No,
just under the system.
don't touch it.
I
You
did.
touch it?
I did.
Oh,
He
you
fucking
missed
only
it.
turned it off.
Fucking hell. We want to put some lottery ticket on
All I
tonight.
could say was it was in a very, very old gate valve where they used to make them. There was quality.
Yeah.
Not like the shit they do now.
So you've swung it. You didn't have to cut the cistern off.
No.
The gate valve that no one ever touches. If there's a gate valve, you touched and it was fine.
Yeah.
No,
Stick some numbers on the lottery. Your money, your time's up.
It's about time something fucking good happened.
Well, it's always a milestone on a job when you can finally get to park the van right outside where you're working. So for months and months we've been parking the van on all this crap here. We're having to drive down here. Sometimes I've even parked the van over there and then traipsed the tools over. So yeah, finally we're able to get the van parked literally right out the front, which is always handy. Yeah, as you can see, I'm back at the barn. I'm just dead conscious at the moment that all my content is coming from this barn. A few little jobs before this, as you'd have seen on the videos, a few little bits and bobs that I've gone and done, but I want to really push on now. I want all the rest of this week here on this job, shower screens that are left, toilets that are left, basins that are left, and then it's sort of a bit of breathing space on it because we've got that sunken bath. The job I went and quoted for the sunken bath, we've got that to start in 2 weeks time. So we're just finalising bits and bobs on that. Get this one finished off. A few other little jobs in between, but no, should be the end of this soon. Oh wow, I say that, but I'm not sure whether the water's even onto the buildings yet, but as far as I'm concerned, we can get as much as we can done. So we'll get in there now and just load out what we've got in for today. But also, today on day 2 of the detox. It's going all right. Just drinking water. I am pissing for England. I've literally been to the loo 8-9 times today in what, 8 hours, something like that. So I take it that's a good thing. I take it it's flushing the crap out of my body and my kidneys and all that sort of stuff. So, but no, I'm enjoying it. I'm getting there. Hopefully, probably the tail end of the week we'll start to see a bit of an improvement, energy levels coming back and that sort of stuff, which is exactly what I want. So yeah, we'll keep pushing on and keep going at that. But yeah, as I say, I just don't want to keep giving you the same sort of content again and again. So we'll sort of leave it there for this week, for this Wednesday. But anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment below, and I shall catch you on Sunday.